Thank you, brother, for having reading. So now we are proceeding to the first stage, which is we are going to share what we have. We just finished reading, so based on reading. So after reading, so I'm going to ask from Fatima. So after reading, so what do you want to share, or you have any difficulty in the reading? At the same time, you can ask a question, and then if you have something that you understood, you can share. So this time for you, can you have the first time?
Thank you. The first one is I would like to share about the political of the nature. So main political nature is to promote good and develop the advantage. If we're talking about the nature, so we need the advantage to make it is more clear and understand about the truth of the nature. So we live in the world, so with the nature to make the living our life, because we live together with the things that has exist. So how can we live close, because we live closely with the nature, because based on the document we need the association of the nature. So according to the Aristotle, he said that nature is the best political to promote that advantage. So purpose of the nature to make the being live in the happiness, to achieve or realize that something is to help our knowing, help our thinking to overcome our salvation of Naru. It means that we can achieve something is that live with happiness, live with good. That is from the nature. In the second part is about political human life. So political human life we relation to regime political. Regime political, it means like association together. So how we develop the society. So we need the regime political in order us to follow the rules. If we could not follow the rules, our life is good, but no one to order. So we regime, that is the government, association of the government or legislative, in order us to follow the instruction that from the government. And according to the political of the Aristotle, he said that human life we live with happiness. Purpose is to live with happiness and to live. So we need the association and any institution to challenge the world through the experience or through the theoretical of the practice, relation a little bit relation with the nature. Because if we're talking about the nature, we should practical and theory from that. So from that, in that case, we experience. So we applied in the human life. So how we lead the society. So through that political system can govern that people can be change their mind through their knowledge, through the political of the ethical can be changed, and from the idea can be changed. If we're talking about the political or non-political, it means like we relation to the association that regime from the government. He said about something his public public opinion in the office or in any institution, but that it means he can public, but it is not real. So we should, through the practical, we can apply that opinion or ideas is truth, because we lead the people, we lead the society, and we lead also the city, like in the contextual said about also human be political of the animals, in order that man is relation with the city. Man cannot live alone, so it means man can live with the nature, because in order us to use the property, so like the life is like the action, so we need something through the property we can live. For like the while ago as I mentioned about the man is we need property more than 5 times. That means we live, but we need the property to achieve our life, because we live. So we need something to overcome, or something that able to govern that with political. So from the political system, it has the like the democracy. In order as like the democracy, anarchy, it means like in order from the government, and the elite is from the people. People can give their vote to develop that government. That is from the living, because we need to follow the order. We have to follow also instruction of the government. So government made by the rules to order that people live with happiness. So in conclusion, so I mentioned about the nature. So in conclusion, whatever the government he can based on the nature. So nature is the one of the principle to live and to make the citizenship, make relation with the things that have exist. That is conclusion. Thank you.
So thank you very much, Fatima, for sharing your thoughts after reading. So from what you have shared, I think the first is about the political association. So that is also a very important topic that Aristotle used to discuss in this article, Aristotle Politica book 1 and 2. So I want to clarify a little bit about political association. So in the Aristotle books about the political association, so there are three kinds of relationship which he mentioned about the basic unit of association is a household. That's the first one, and the second is village that we are living. And the last one is the city, is the ultimate association. So between household, village, and the city, they need each other. They should be connect each other. As you have mentioned about the man and city government. So what Aristotle used to explain in his political book is, for example, we just simplify like this. Man cannot live alone. So man, or people, we need the ruler. We need someone to rule in order to make a better life in one city, one country, or in one village. And government cannot live cannot live alone, or they should have people to rule. Yes, right? So they also cannot be a ruler without population. So they need people to, people for them in order to rule. And also, in democratic country, even though in the republic country, they need people. For example, election. If someone wants to be a ruler, the citizen need to vote. So that is, they need each other. And then we need to live in the one city. And then, in his first book, Aristotle explained that one city must need many peoples. If, for example, there are 100 people only in this in one village, we cannot say that it is one city. Very, very few. So, for example, in Plato ideas, he said that one city must exist 10,000 people. So if there is 10,000 people, including the farmer or the officer, armies, and the government leader itself, so now at the same time we can consider that is city. Yes. So, and another one is the three kinds of relationship. So we'll mention about the household, that in the first part about association. So household, there are three elements that make association of the household. So what we mean by a household is it contains three elements, such as the master and slave. So the rich man or slave. Yeah, poor. Sometimes we can consider this poor, but in Aristotle concept or idea is not about the poor people. And the second is husband and wife. So husband and wife, as they also one part of the relationship. And then another one is the parent and child. So that is the part of the household. So to explain that, to explain the three elements among the husband and wife and the slaves and the master, parent and child, he used the nature and unnatural acquisition. Yes. So before I'm going to give some clarification about this. Now I want to give time for the Ramos, Natalie Ramos, for sharing what you have read in this article and what you can understand. If for those or something that you cannot understand, you can use this time for asking the question also. So having your time, please.
Okay, thank you. In this article, in the chapter 1, I have understand about the Aristotle's politics. He said that in the see that every city is some sort of the community. That every community is constituted for the sake of some is good. Because for my understanding in the book, but for my example, when we live in the community or in the city, like before you say, but I think it is we have to live in the community. We have to follow the rule because we make the rule. We have to follow the rule. It is very important because in a country we have the president or government like that. We have to follow the rule. In also the people can follow the rule. If we don't make the rule, it is not good for our city or in our country. Like in the community also. In our community, we live in the community. We have to follow the rule. But we don't have to follow the rule. It is not good. It is it is break the rule. We have to live in the harmony, because harmony is we live in the community. We have to we have to do together. We have to like in the service, or we have to study, or we have to make the communities good. We have to make the rule. We have to follow the rule. It is we live in the harmony. But if we not follow the rule or not follow our government, it is we break the rule. It is not harmony. But but in Aristotle say that for the everyone is everything for the sake. What is the help to be good? It is from the Aristotle say that it is the clear that in the community aims of the same good, and that the community that is most authority or authoritative for the embrace all the others does in the particularly, and aims that the authority is good of all. But in my question is like that: what is the called the city or the politics in the community? It is sometimes I feel that's my question is if I read that, but for me is very difficult how to explain that. Later we can explain, or we can share together about that. What is that? We call the city or the politics in the community. It is I want to say about that. And we talk about the government and political today. I say already, because according to Aristotle say that the is to investing on the basic of the constitutional collected. From what is the like before I say what is for the good government,